Hey everyone, welcome to Bricks and Bytes. Today is all about libraries. We're going to have a lot of fun, so grab your Lego and let's go. Okay, well, welcome to another episode of Bricks and Bytes. We've got a great show lined up for you today. It's all about libraries. We're going to be chatting to some of our staff about some of the questions that we've been asked about what happens at a library and even some book recommendations for you at home. I'm going to show you how to make a little mini book out of Lego. That's going to be nice and fun. And Emma, what have you got planned for us today?
I've got a really cool app that can help you bring the library wherever you are. So you can take it with you.
That sounds awesome. We can read books and do things, library things, wherever we want to go.
Exactly.
Excellent. All right, but first, as always, we have our 5-minute frenzy.
Woo.
Looking forward to this. Now, we have a selection of different challenges for us to build with. We've got our Lego here. If you've got some Lego at home, you can join in. You'll find out what the build challenge is with
when
us.
we do.
That's right. We're not sure what it is. Okay, so we're going to have 5 minutes on the clock. We just have 5 minutes to build it. We've got a random selection of bricks here, so who knows if we're going to have the right bricks for it, but it doesn't matter as long as
we get creative.
Yeah.
Use our imagination.
It's all about the creativity. Okay, so let's pick.
Do you want to pick?
I'll pick.
Ooh.
It is. This was not planned. Today's
Surely
challenge
not.
was from Paula, and it's a book.
Oh no!
No, I'm seriously.
Ben's gonna win this one, guys, because he's got a really good.
I've got all my book parts here. No, well, we're limited by the parts that we've got, so I don't know if the parts that we have already. Okay.
Are we ready? I'm gonna start the timer. Ready, set, and go.
Okay, let's have a look. Firstly, I'm gonna pull up our hands.
Get our hand cameras going. Oh, a book.
A book.
I've never built a book with Lego before. Ever.
Okay, so I'm thinking you could have a book that, like an open and close book like that, if you want to do the hinge that opens and closes like that. Or you could just have a book that's open, I guess.
I'm just listening to Ben. Ben, teach me.
Because I don't know if we've got many clips and many hinge type pieces to do a book.
Probably not, knowing our luck. These pieces are always very random.
You could do like maybe a closed book and just do a book cover or something, so you have like pieces.
We're
like
almost a whole minute in and neither of us have built anything.
Just chatting about the possibilities.
All right, let's start building.
Yeah, why don't you? That's another 8x8.
I don't need it. I was going a different direction.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll use it. Thank you.
Here I am trying to share.
Ben's trying to be helpful.
If you have a favourite book at home, let us know what your favourite book is.
Yeah.
We're going to hear about some great books in a little while.
Sure will. There's lots of books here at the library. Never short on books. Short on ideas on how to build books, though, apparently.
I'm also just looking at these pieces. A book. All right, so let's...
A book.
Okay.
I've put these in the wrong spot, and I hate taking pieces off of...
You need a brick separator.
I do. Thank you. Oh, we're helping each other, guys.
I know.
Look at this.
We're helping it, but we are also not sure what we're doing.
We're also completely winging it.
Okay. So I think I'm going to go for like a closed book. Like what is a closed book?
I need lots of little flat pieces. The restrictions you have when you don't know what pieces you're going to use. Moving on.
I don't even know what to say.
Stuck. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh dear, Paula. Thank you, Paula, for sending this challenge in.
It's a tricky one.
We appreciate it. do this
Yeah.
piece over here. Oh no, that's too big. Okay. Oh,
I feel
yes.
like I always just end up using the flowers that are here.
How are you going to put the eyes on today, Emma?
Ooh, I
do
do need eyes, don't I? I haven't used eyes for a couple weeks. Has anyone noticed? I have. I've missed them.
Missed the eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be like a big spine. How much time have we got, Emma?
Oh, sorry. We have 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
2 minutes. Still got a little while. Oh.
I think the
Oh no,
challenge,
this piece doesn't fit.
the challenge is finding enough like tile or enough plates,
Yeah.
the right parts. Emma, do you have a favourite book?
Favorite book? Oh, I have lots of favorite books. I read a lot. I used to read. Oh, what did I used to read when I was young? I used to read.
You're a Percy Jackson fan, aren't
I
you?
was a Percy Jackson fan. I also read Delta Quest. Those are some really good books.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Right? Oh, they're like, cause it's a fantasy series, but there's all these puzzles that the people in the series have to solve, but you get to solve them alongside everyone. So it's pretty cool.
Is that, I don't know, maybe, see this is the thing, if I say what books I enjoyed, is that showing our age too much?
It's
No,
alright.
that's really cool. I think those sorts of books are cool, like the choose your own adventure type books, I really enjoyed those, or anything with a bit of mystery.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know what, as I've been talking, I've just completely put my other parts that I was working with down somewhere.
Well, we're under a minute now. 40
okay.
seconds.
Let's connect.
Alright, some more brown pieces.
Okay.
I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, or if it's going to look like what I want it to, but here we are. That's what Lego building's all about, isn't it? Ooh, almost 10 seconds.
No.
Somehow.
Hey, I thought you said...
What?
Well, you said we had more time. Oh, that was maybe 10 seconds ago. We
Yeah,
had
I
20
think-
seconds. Okay.
5, 4,
Oh,
3, 2. Uh-oh, time's done.
time is up. Oh, dear. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's have a look at Emma's because, okay.
Alright,
that
well,
is-
I did.
all right, it's
and-
a take I didn't expect.
I did an open book, so these are the pages, and this is what's in the book. So you've got a tree growing out the book, a little underwater scene I was going for here, but I ran out of time, and then I put the eyes on the spine of the book. So it's open, and it's...
And you used your eyes.
I did use eyes, yeah.
It's really
Some
cool.
little happy eyes. These are my favourite eyes because they change expression depending which way they're angled, but yeah.
Awesome. So this is mine. I've put up the front cover and the back cover. I just tried.
Nice.
I actually just tried to make a book. I was hoping to be able to have time to fill in the pages there, but that was
Good book shape though.
yeah. It looks book
Yeah.
like, doesn't it?
It's not... You would guess that's a book. Mine you probably wouldn't guess as a book.
Yours is book
It's like a
inspiration.
book monster.
Book monster. I think I like yours. Oh
That's
dear.
pretty good. That was a very relevant challenge.
It
I'm
was-
very impressed.
Very, very good, Paula. Well done
Yeah.
on recommending that, and well done on random fate on
Yeah.
choosing it for today. Okay, well, like we said, today is all about libraries, and we've had a very special roving reporter cruise around the libraries and chat to some of our library staff and answer some questions that we've had from some of you. So let's head over to our very special City of Marion Libraries guest, Emily.
Thanks guys. Hi, this is Emily and I work at the library with Ben and Emma. Today I'm going to answer a few of your questions at home. One of which is, how do we know where all the books go? Do we remember them? No, not quite, but we do know where they go by their spine label. Everything on this label tells us where we should put the books back. So first things to know is, what type of book is it? Is it a fiction or a non-fiction book? Today I have two books here. One is a fiction book that is a storybook with not true facts, they're just made up. And then I have a non-fiction book, which is all about facts and the real world. So let's have a look, come a bit closer. We've got a Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson book, very cool series, and we'll think we may even have some recommendations for you later. And this one has the author name as well as the author's first name. So Rick, being R-I-C-K, is at the bottom here with just an R, and Riordan, R-I-O, comes at the top. So all of our fiction books are labelled by author, so all the series can be collected together. Whereas in opposition, we've got our non-fiction books, which are labelled by the Dewey Decimal System. Here we go. The Dewey Decimal System has a category for every subject in the world, essentially, going from coding all the way to natural history, biology, things like that. They're all listed with a Dewey Decimal number. So come have a look over here with me. We're going to have a look in the early facts section that has coding in it and computer science. So something like coding, we put it under 005. So if I were to point here, we'd find another coding book like so. So this is how we organise things. They've all got numbers, letters, descriptors, all on the book itself. So that's how you find out that. Awesome. Let's go to our next question. Now, we had another question from one of you, and it was, how do the library books get back to the library? They get delivered or they get returned by you. So the process is, if you pop it in the chute here, returning it, we pick it up and we scan it through. It'll tell us then where it belongs. It could either be here at our library or at a different library. If it's a different library, we get a little ticket printed off and we put it in the top of the book on display, and then we pop it in one of our black boxes that get sent out. So this is Nuruyutpa. So this is a country library, as you can see here, nice country label. And then we send it off to get sorted and sent off to other libraries. If the book belongs here at our library, we put them on our sorting trolleys. We've got them sorted by books, DVDs, books on hold for people, toys. And then from there, we send it off just out to the library and put them on the shelves. Another question we've had is, what library books would a librarian recommend? So here are some books that we've got recommended from our library staff today. Let's have a look. Craig, what do you have for us?
I have a book called Maths Quest, The Planet of Puzzles, and it's one of my favourite things as a young reader was choose your own adventure stories, where you got to choose the path of your story. At the end of each segment of the story would give you an option of going to page number, and this book leads you on an adventure and engages your use of maths as well as your imagination in solving the puzzle.
Very cool. Thanks, Craig. I have to check that one out. Here's Denise.
Hi, I chose Create with my Create Code, build your own website, because I actually don't know much about this and I thought it was really good to learn from. So this is my pick for the week.
Cool. Thanks, Denise. And now we have Tracy with another book recommendation. Tracy, what do you have for us?
The Geronimo Stilton series. It's so cool. My daughter used to love this. It's written for probably your 8 to 12-year-olds, and it's wonderfully illustrated all the way through with colourful wording and little pictures instead of words, and it's wonderful. And even when my daughter was young, I dressed her as Geronimo Stilton for Book Week Parade.
Oh,
So that's how much we
wonderful.
love him. Please get into Geronimo Stilton.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tracy.
No problem.
And now we've got Emma for a recommendation. Emma, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, I have Percy Jackson, which was one of my favorites as a kid because it's all about Greek mythology and gods and all kinds of fun fantasy stuff. So this is a good one to get into. There's lots of them too. It's a big series. That's mine.
Thanks, Emma. Awesome recommendation. Ben, give us a recommendation.
This is 365 Things to Do with Lego Bricks. It's an awesome book. Heaps of builds in there, but this one is the 2016 edition and it has a timer so you can do your own 5-minute frenzy at home. How cool is that?
So cool, Ben. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope you've learned a lot. I definitely have myself about some book recommendations to check out. So let's throw it back to Ben and Emma in the studio. Bye, guys.
Thanks heaps, Emily. That was awesome.
That was really cool. I mean, we were in it too, so. But she did a really cool job. You get to see all the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, if you've never seen the returns room before, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool to see how it all comes in and out. So it's great.
To learn where the books all go can be a tricky situation, but it's good.
Imagine having to remember exactly where everything goes.
Oh, that would be insane.
Glad we've got a code. That's great.
Thank you, Dewey.
Okay, so next we're going to be looking at how to make a little mini book out of Lego. It'll be a little bit different to the one that we just made because I had the parts prepared, but we'll have a look at that in just a second. All right, so time for our mini book creator challenge today. Like we were building before, we had our parts, but today we are going to be using a few different pieces to help make the book open and close. So let's have a look at that. All right, so for this, I'm making a smaller model, so we're not having a big book. You could scale this up if you wanted to go bigger, but we've got two 6x4 plates here. We've got two of these modified 1x2s with the hinge part or the bar, and then got 4 of these clips like that. Okay, pretty simple. Now I am missing the actual part that this all connects to. So I think we packed it up when we packed up our Lego. So let's use this one instead. Okay. So normally I'd have a 2x6, but I've packed it up. So let's pop these on here. So this is going to become the spine of the book. All right, and then we're going to use these here as the pages or the covers. It's very simple. So these click in. Now, what's cool about this is that sometimes if you were to, depending on the position of these clips, this would move along that bar, but because of where they're positioned, they're sort of locked in place, so you don't have any concerns about it moving around. So there we go. Very simple little book, and that can open and close. Close and open. If you wanted to, you could add another set of clips and hinges there just to fill in that gap. But for today, we're just keeping it really simple and looks like this. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we normally have a 2x6 plate there, but we're just using this one. Or Emma's very quickly found a nice green one. Okay, so let's... Thanks, Emma. Well done. Okay, so the next part is, so this is a book, right? So what is the story that we want to tell in the book? So this is where we can get a bit creative. And you can make your book about anything. So if you've got a favourite story or a favourite book, you could actually recreate that book out of Lego. So let's get these pages back on. There we go. All right, so first things first, I'm going to put another set of plates down just to fill in that page. So I'm just going to use, I reckon I might use some green. I'll use a mixture of green. So I've got some dark green here, like that. Might do the same over here. Maybe I'll use some light green even. Okay. Dark green. So this could be grass, could be different types of grass on there. Okay, so now you've got your book here, which can close. We've got a little bit of gap there, and interestingly, we could actually put in some plates. So I'll show you. If you do, some tiles, sorry. So if you tile this up, and you close it now, you see it sort of lines up. It's closed, perfectly closed. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So let's pop a few other parts in there. I'm going to put this part in. And then we'll put some more tiles around the place. Now you can choose what colours you use, what tiles you use, because this now becomes a nice little play base for us to use to create our story. I might even put, let's put some grey in there. It could be like a path. Okay, so there we go. We've got our book now. You can see I've left the tile off there because when I close it, that stud would hit the tile, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, there's our book. You can also decorate the covers if you wanted to with different colours. But let's open our book and look at our play space. And now, what are we going to do with it? Let's put a little house on here, and I wonder if you can guess what story this is. So I've got a little house. This is a micro scale house. There we go. We've got a little person here as well. We might put the person over here. So that's the little person's house. Now, what is that person going to be looking at? We have a giant sort of, I don't know, it's a tree or it goes right up to the sky. What could that be? A house and a little person. And in the house. Now, what's cool about micro scale is that everything is designed for this size. So this little person, this house is designed for this little person, so he fits right inside there. There's a little bit of smoke coming out of the chimney. And because he's so small, it means that the minifigs look really big. Oop, I'm going to pull this off so I can put it on. So here we go. Can you guess what story this is? We have our little storybook. Have a guess if you can put it in the comments. Emma, what would your guess be?
I guessed earlier when Ben first showed me, and this I think is Jack and the Giant Beanstalk.
Yep, that you would be 100% correct. So there we go. So we have our little picture book, and then you could pull these off, and you could then put other books. We can create other little builds on there. So it's a nice little versatile book there. If you
Really
make
cool.
something like that, it's not too hard. You've got your clips there. The parts are pretty common parts. If you've got a book that you would like to make, or if you've got a book that you would like us to try and make, we could do that as well.
Please tell us, and we'll give it a shot. You guys can make your favourite books.
Yep. We've got a Facebook group called facebook.com/groups/bricks and bytes. And in there, we'll show you some more instructions or some examples of this. Actually, I've got a video that I'm posting there of this massive pop-up book. It is amazing. So I'll pop a video in there after today. But come and say hi. You can put in some recommendations for our 5-minute frenzy and any photos or videos that you would like to share with us as well.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
Excellent. Well, Emma, it's over to you now for our app of the week.
Awesome. All right, so today our app is, again, about libraries, and it's one of the apps that we love at the library, and it's called Libby. And it lets you take books home, essentially. You can read books on your iPad, on your phone, on any tablet, on your computer. You can listen to them, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to take you straight in and we're going to look at that. If we open up the iPad, it's Libby down the bottom here. So we just click on that. What you do need is a library card. If you don't have a library card, head on down to your local library. So we hit search for a library and I'm going to look for Marion Library. This is the quickest way, and as you scroll down you'll see South Australia Public Libraries, so you just click on that, then put in our library card details. So I hit that button at the top and then I'm going to type in my library card. And then we're going to put in the PIN number, which should be your date of birth. This one I've changed, so it's just 1234. There's my library card and I'm going to hit next. Here we go. So we're in the app. And you can see there's all of these books. They're mostly adult books. I'll show you the really cool kid stuff in a second. But I want you to look down the bottom. So there's library and then there's shelf. So library is where we browse and look at books. And then instead we can go into our shelf and see what we've got out on loan or we've put on hold. So I'm going to go back to library and then we're going to search for a book. So like I said, Percy Jackson's one of my faves. So I'm going to look up Percy Jackson and see what I can find. And here we go. So these are all the books that we have on our Libby system. So you can see there's a few different options there. Unfortunately, eBooks work the same as normal books and we only have a limited amount. So sometimes you have to wait. So this little calendar symbol means that we have to wait for it, but it'll tell you it's only about 2 weeks and then you can have it. But I'll show you now how to browse as if you were actually at the library. So we just click the explore button on the blue bar and that'll bring us to a whole lot of different subjects that we can browse under. So you've got things like what's new, what's popular, but we're just going to look at kids. So I'll click into there. So these are all the kids books and all the options that we have. So there's heaps of new kids books, which you can see as I scroll down. So you can just browse through like this and see what's available. There's some that are about specific topics, like this one's about being in lockdown. So if you're feeling like you just want to go out, instead maybe pick up a book and you'll relate to some of the things in there. As we scroll down, you can see there's just so many types of books and different things on here. Then what you do is when you find a book that you like, there's the little plus symbol right on the end and you click on that and that's going to let you borrow the book. Go ahead and click borrow and then borrow again. It'll let you know that you've got it for 21 days and you'll be able to read it straight away. But we're going to go back to our shelf because I want to show you this book in particular that's on the side here, because this is a graphic novel, which you can also read on Libby. And it's a really cool way of reading a different type of book. You get really clear images. Sometimes they take a little bit to load, but once they've loaded, they're brilliant. And you just turn pages as if it was a real book. Yeah, that's Libby. That's a really cool app that we love at the library. It's full of good books, full of things you can listen to as well.
Yeah,
lots
it's really
of
cool.
fun.
There's all sorts of ways you can search on it as well. So did you
Yeah.
know you can look by Lexile as well? So if you're at school and you have a Lexile that you are at, you can search by that
Nice.
as well. And the stuff for the
Yeah.
Premier's Reading Challenge, you can look in there.
There's so many things, honestly. You could get so lost in that app. It's awesome. I use it a lot. It has things all the way up till for anyone, really.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the kids' stuff is really cool.
Yeah, I'd like the graphic novels myself.
Yes.
Yeah. I really
Yeah.
like it. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Bricks and Bytes. What did we do today? We made book. We actually made lots of books today.
Yeah, all the books.
So we did our little 5-minute frenzy books. We made a little Lego book, and we also had a good chat with some of our library staff here with some book recommendations.
You get a good behind-the-scenes look of where we work most of the time.
When we're not in the studio.
Yes.
So thanks again for joining us, and we will see you next week.
See ya.